Hey everybody, it's Macadamia Gaming, and today we are on our first episode of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. To save both you and me time in the future, you can just refer to me as Mac. All nicknames of endearment involving mac and cheese will be appreciated. I previously attempted to stream this game, and it didn't work out all too well. I forgot to save it afterward to upload it to YouTube, but we played it for about an hour, which makes us a pro at it. So let's go. Me personally, I'm a huge fan of anime in general. Specifically, Dragon Ball is one of those animes.
Dad?
I like the soundtrack they chose to use for the game, but I'm also a huge fan of the Bruce Falconer score. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce that right, by the way. I always thought the idea of image training would be super dope, as far as a real life form of training, I suppose.
You came. I like to do a little image training every now and then to make sure I don't get too rusty. Time to see what I can do. And you're just the guy to help me do that.
As I mentioned on my stream, I'm not going to be level grinding for this, just to give it a bit more difficulty and to save time for both you and me. Basic controls. Okay, let's get straight into it without further ado. Don't get me wrong, I like the Kamehameha wave. I just think the fact that so many people use it takes away from the originality of the move. It doesn't make it as unique. Oof. Mistimed that first one.
What? Come on, Goku. Is that the best you can do?
You're as strong as ever, Piccolo.
Do you think this is some sort of game?
What? No way! I know it's not a game. I'm just really pumped to fight you.
Huh, you don't know when to give up.
Oof.
Give me all you got.
Oof, mistimed it again. Luckily the timing on here is as strict as it is on fighters. This isn't necessarily a paid sponsorship or anything, by the way, but I did see that another YouTuber by the name of Flying High, who covers fighters material, was holding a tournament.
Then show me what you can really do.
So if any of you are interested, you can visit his channel. I can post the link in the description. Some people think the combat for this game is kind of bland, but I think it could be really fun depending on how your approach to it. I believe this saga is one of the most, at least personally to me, is one of the most iconic shonen arcs that exist to date. And with that first fight out of the way, we get right into the tutorial. Well, the open world tutorial. In the future, I might not cover fighters as heavily because I plan to cover the release of My Hero One's Justice 2 and do guides on the characters and things like that.
Not much longer before this planet's ours. It would have been ours much sooner if you'd actually done your job, Radditz.
I think it'd be funny if those were their actual names for the anime, as far as long-haired man, intimidating man, and brawny man.
You, Radditz the Runt. Things will be different on the next
Obviously, as
planet.
far as plot and stuff, it wouldn't be as intriguing, but
If you screw up again, I
as far as
will
like
kill you.
memes go, it'd be funny.
Wait, I just remembered something. I think my little brother Kakarot was sent to a different planet. I'll bet he's still there. You have a brother? I didn't think there were any Saiyans left besides us. If he joins us, the rest of the universe will be ours in no time. The fact that he's your brother doesn't exactly fill me with confidence.
Strange that
What
even
planet was he
during
sent
this
to?
time they knew about Frieza, and I wonder if they were talking about the rest of the universe would belong to Frieza, or if in general it would belong to them. I think it's no secret that Vegeta's not fond of working under Frieza, or anybody for that matter.
Now that I think about it, I haven't heard anything about him taking control of it. Damn that Kakarot, what the hell is he doing?
Attack of the Saiyans.
I think in the anime that they split things up into more arcs. Like I think the Radditz arc was completely different from the same ones, if memory serves correctly.
Dad, we better head home or Mom's gonna be really mad at us.
Sorry for getting a bit carried away, Gohan. I was fighting somebody super strong.
Those first two phrases right there, some of the rest of the
Super strong?
series for him.
Yeah, a guy going by the name of Piccolo.
I mean, first two lines of dialogue.
Piccolo?
Yeah, well, he used to be called Demon King Piccolo, and he was real bad to the bone. He's the strongest guy I've ever fought in my whole life. I don't think anybody's gotten me more pumped up than him. I want to fight him again, so I'm hoping to get stronger, and soon.
I'd be afraid to fight someone like that.
You know, I bet you'd be just fine if you trained yourself up a bit.
I don't think Mom would like that very much.
Ah, that's right. I totally forgot that Chi-Chi asked us to get some ingredients for her. How could I...
As far as overall series, oops, sorry, I skipped that by the way. As far as overall series, I think I prefer
Again?
Z to Super.
Oh,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate
think
them
she
adding
wanted
extra
some
content
fish
to
and
it,
apples,
but
Dad.
I think anybody who watched it could
yeah,
tell that it
right.
wasn't
Let's
didn't
just see if
exactly
we
have
can't
that
find us some
polish.
apples around this place.
Okay, I'll go look.
As far as from,
Gohan sure is
in
full
my
of
opinion,
energy.
the animation was a mess all the way up until the Tournament of Power. And for most
Don't get too
characters, they kind of
excited and
changed the
trip
way
over
they
your own
acted.
feet. Now, where did that son of mine run off to?
But I think
Safe to say he couldn't have
big
gone that
misunderstanding
far.
throughout the series is that Goku's some hero of justice, when he was never
Over here!
intentionally made out to be that way. Even the
It looks like he
creator
found an
Akira
apple
Toriyama
tree.
said that himself.
Let's try to find one more. What do you say?
Leave it to me.
Gohan looks like he's having a blast.
I bet he's not having more fun than me playing this game, though.
Don't go wandering too far.
I'll try to keep up with him, or we can grab all the stuff here in between here and there. Since we're not at the point where he wants to be like connected at the hip with us. Might as well collect what you can now. I mean, I plan to do some fishing in the game, but I'm not gonna live at the fishing
over
spots.
Here! Over here!
Wow, Gohan! You're a regular bloodhound. All right, this ought to be enough. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of apples now. Thanks for finding these, Gohan.
I'm kind of tired now, though.
I get it, and I don't blame you. Hang in there, I got an idea. We'll catch some fish and then head straight home.
Not that I'm ranting or anything, but not to mention that the power scaling for Super is way off in the left field.
But first, we need to find a spot to fish.
Okay, don't walk too fast.
You got it. Try to keep up, though.
The beginning of this game is so wholesome as far as it goes. I mean, as far as like we are right now. Doesn't get any better than a father and son fishing together as far as wholesomeness. Well, these two specifically, I'm sure if you paired like the right two together, it would be kind of awkward. Like Vegeta and Trunks.
Huh? What's wrong, Gohan?
I'm tired. I can't walk anymore.
Man, you get tired pretty easy, don't you? I guess I can carry you if you want.
Hooray!
Alley-oop!
Yay! Look how high I am!
Hey, you perked right up.
I also don't know if people have a
trying to
preference
trick your old
necessarily
man?
between
You're one spoiled kid.
dub
you
and
know
sub
that?
when it comes to Dragon Ball. For the most part, I prefer dub when it comes to anime,
So,
but there's a
what do
few
you
ones
wanna
that I
be when you
prefer the
grow up?
dub. Usually I like sub better.
I want to become a great scholar.
What? You're a weird one, aren't you? Well, I definitely can't help you with your studies or anything like that. But if you're ever looking to toughen up, I'm your man.
Nah, fighting is too scary for me.
Come to think of it, this is your first time fishing, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
All right. Then let me show you how I used
From
to
what
do
I've
it back
seen,
when I was
I mean,
your
from what
age.
I've heard
It'll be fun.
going around,
should be able
there's
to catch
rumors
something.
about a DLC for the history of Trunks coming
All
out.
right. Let's get started.
But what are we gonna fish with? We don't have any rods.
Nobody said anything about a rod, did they? Who need...
My tail?
Sorry, I didn't mean to skip that. I thought he was done.
I can use that to fish?
Yep. By dipping your tail in the water, you can
I feel like they
feel the
have,
fish
like, with the
moving
technology
around.
around,
Pretty
they
neat,
have,
huh?
like, an easier way of
It's really
catching
easy
fish than
once you
putting
get
your
the hang
tail
of
in the
it.
water. Not that it's a flawed
mean,
method or anything like
I
that.
haven't done it in a while since I don't have a tail anymore. But when I told my friend Bulma about it, she actually made me a makeshift tail to fish with. Can you believe it? Nice!
Oh, okay.
So what do you say? Let's
Yeah, but like
catch
I
us
said
some
earlier, if
fish.
anybody wants to see level grinding instead of just normal story events, then we could do that too.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
there's
flexible.
a good spot somewhere right around this place.
I think as far as Dragon Ball games go, I know a lot of people like the character
Alright.
creation part. I've never been big on character creation. I'm playing that anime game because I'm interested in the characters and the story. But I get it that it's a thing that people like. I wonder if it's harder depending on different fish later in the game.
Oh, get a load of that!
You got them, Dad?
Yeah. I bet Chi-Chi will flip when she sees this one. Man, all this fishing is really working up an appetite. You know what I mean? Let's eat some of these fish. I mean, we got plenty.
Yeah. I'm a little hungry too.
Most people would flip
Let's
if they
roast a
found out
catch over the
if they
fire.
were going to
What
make
do you
dinner for
say?
someone they found out they stopped at
I'm hungry
BK on the
for
way
some
home.
grilled fish.
Okay, time to grill up some fish.
I think we have to pick lean giant fish. I attempted to pick the giant fin mussel the first time and it didn't let me. The status boost that you get for cooking and eating
Man,
fish are
I'm
permanent.
stuffed.
Outside of the
Is there
meal
anything better
effect,
than
not
some
many people
fresh
know
fish
that.
in your belly?
Ugh, I think I ate too much though.
He assumed the
Well,
squat when
if you
he
wanna
had
be
when
as
he
big
said
as your
it.
dad, you're gonna have to eat a lot of this stuff.
Right. I had fun today, Dad.
You know, I had fun today too. Thanks for your help. I'll teach you how to fish next time so we can do it together.
Okay. I can't wait.
Now we get to learn about soul elements. I think it's one of the cool areas about the game. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I think they're comparing it to normal, the usual variety of Dragon Ball game instead of this being an action RPG. Actually, because of the genre that it is, I expect there to be more level grinding, but from what I've heard, you can get to the story pretty easily without level grinding.
I bet you'd be pretty strong if you trained.
I don't think so.
If only he knew the future.
Oh yeah, Dad. I meant to tell you. I found this while you were fishing.
Really? Thanks, Gohan.
Overall, I think it's really good. I prefer the story to be and for my personal experience in Dragon Ball games, I would rather play out the story as is, other than adding different events to it and stuff. Such as like the Xenoverse, where you go through it but everything's different. I prefer it to be just the regular old way. Call me old-fashioned, but with games like with the Tenkaichi and Budokai series, that's what I grew up on personally.
Oh, get a load of that. Oops. I have to do what Chi-Chi asked me to do first. Can't get
So, should we head home now?
I'm thinking I should check out this place.
Okay.
Thanks.
So, should we head home?
All right.
Right.
I know you get some meals off the bat for pre-ordering the game, but while you might be tempted to use those meals and eat them right away, while you can do that if that's what you prefer,
Flying Nimbus!
technically the best time to eat those meals is in an intermission, because all the characters you've acquired will get that status boost as well.
All right. Hang on tight.
Whoa! It's a dinosaur!
I know there's certain, I wonder if they'll release any DLC or any updates that make it possible to play some of the characters that are just used as support characters in the game. I mean, personally my favorite character is Vegeta. While I
I've been
prefer,
riding this whole thing since I was just a little kid.
while I prefer the Saiyan characters, I think the Earthling characters are pretty cool
Only
too.
those with a pure heart can ride it. That explains why you've got no problems there.
Yeah, this is fun.
I'll just grab a couple. Wait, no, we're strictly no grinding.
Something tells me we're gonna be a little late.
Sure hope Mom isn't too mad.
You're making me nervous, Gohan.
Every guy has that one weakness. I want every. I mean, at least I'm aiming for every playthrough to be at least 20 to 30 minutes, if not over, wherever we are story checkpoint wise.
Hey, Chi-Chi, we're back, and we've got food.
Hi, Mom. You're late.
Oh my God, who
Shouldn't
the
have taken
hell
so long to get all the
cares?
ingredients.
Yeah, sorry about that. We did some training too.
You're supposed to introduce
I'd like to see her try to
Gohan
gather those
Master
ingredients.
Roshi and the others today.
Wait, that's today?
Of course.
Ah, sorry about that. I promise I'll remember next time.
Forget it. What are you waiting for? Get in here. I need to get cooking right away.
If you have fruit, meat, fish, or other ingredients, you can get them cooked by Chi-Chi or by other cooks. Eating cooked dishes provide special effects such as boosts to stats and temporary support effects. These are called meal effects. Every dish has its own list of necessary ingredients, with richer dishes requiring rare ingredients. More extravagant full-course meals provide even greater effects. You can't cook them right now, but you'll be able to as you progress further on your adventure.
Now then, I'll just take these ingredients and whip you up something tasty.
Okay, we don't have access to the full course right now, so we'll start with boiled fish. So that plus 50 HP and plus 1 Kai defense stays there permanently.
This is the
Oop, I probably should have read that. That's on me. Still knew this whole commentary thing.
Where are you off to now, Dad?
I'm going to see Master Roshi, my old master. His place is surrounded by the sea. It's loads of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, for the most part, they have the characters say the voice lines.
All right, I'm finished. Here are your lunches. Dig in whenever you're hungry.
Thanks, Chi-Chi. Your stuff's the best. It really gets the blood pumping and the muscles moving, right, Gohan?
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, if they didn't make them read it, then I would probably end up reading it myself. And having them say the lines is both better content-wise and saves both of us time and energy.
Later, Chi-Chi. We're off to see Master Roshi.
Wait a second. Are you forgetting something, Goku? I thought you had something for Gohan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wow, what a neat little ball.
That little ball on top there? It's a Dragon Ball. I got it from my grandpa after he died. But that's not all you got from him. You were also named after him.
I always thought that was cool how we named him after him.
Oh my, Gohan looks so handsome.
Then they fast forward to when in GT when Goku eats the 4-star Dragon Ball.
So take real good care of it, okay, Gohan?
Yeah, I will. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
All right, we're leaving for real this time.
Goku, don't let anything happen to our little Gohan. And Gohan, be on your best behavior.
I will, Mom. Bye.
I want you both home by supper, you got it?
You could probably argue that through all anime, the Gohan's one of the best behaved kids. Not that anybody really cares about that stat, but still. I mean, him being a scholar and all his manners are pretty good. I mean, that wasn't really important, but it was just on the top of my head.
It's said there are 7 mystical orbs capable of granting any wish when brought together. With them, anything the heart desires can be attained, whether unfathomable riches or absolute power.
Anybody who would rich for the riches over the power isn't using their brain.
As the Dragon Balls. And it's around these Dragon Balls that this extraordinary story unfolds, with new challenges and adventures awaiting Goku and his friends at every turn.
They also found in the debug mode of
Well, he looks like a feeble
this game, they
geezer,
found
but he's
character
super
models and
strong.
movesets for both Whis and Beerus.
No, it's a real shame he's kind of a massive pervert. Yeah, he was my rival at the time, but now he's my best friend.
Is Krillin strong? Just like you?
Yeah? Seriously, out of all the guys I know, he's definitely up there. There's also a woman I know named Bulma. See,
If only it
she was
stayed that
looking
way, all
for
the fighters,
Dragon Balls
Krillin,
when she
all
ran
the
into me.
Krillin mains
We
and
ended up
fighters would
going
be
on
happy.
adventures together. If we hadn't done that, I probably wouldn't have met Master Roshi and
I think
the
more than
others.
anybody though, I would say Blue Vegeta needs a buff in that game over
Not too
Krillin.
much longer until Master Roshi's place.
At least for the most part, Krillin can get a sliding knockdown whenever, but I guess we'll stay on the topic of this game.
Goku!
Goku!
Krillin's kind of jacked in this game.
Oh, and who's this little guy?
Meet my son.
What? Your son?
Yeah. Wild, huh?
Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
What are all this talk? They haven't seen him in over 5 years.
His name is Gohan.
Gohan? Oh! So you named him after your grandpa, huh?
Yeah. Suits him, don't you think?
We'll be doing side missions and stuff, but like just no level grinding. Unless, like I said, that's something you guys want to see. Before he will train Goku and Krillin, Master Roshi requires them to bring him a beautiful woman. The two find a woman named Launch trying to avoid the police and bring her back to Kame House. Master Roshi is pleased with Launch, and as soon as he has her wear the Turtle School uniform, quote unquote, something incredible happens. Launch sneezes, causing her to go from a quiet, polite woman to a violent, foul-mouthed hooligan.
Oh, yeah.
I really fool people. I mean, I'm not fool. I mean, fill people in on the Dragon Ball stuff in case they haven't seen it, because a lot of people don't take the
better
time to
say
watch
hi to
Dragon Ball. Goku and Bulma help a lost turtle return to the sea. To show his gratitude, Turtle introduces the two to the Turtle Hermit Master Roshi. Master Roshi rewards Goku with the Flying Nimbus and Bulma with the Dragon Ball that he wears around his neck.
I'd better say hi to everyone.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Goku, have you been training lately? Well, not as much as I want to. Chi-Chi gets pretty angry if I train too much, you know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, I haven't trained myself either. With Piccolo taken care of, things have been pretty quiet.
Hey, you two! What are you talking about?
Nothing really.
They gotta work on their whisper voices.
I could have sworn you two were talking about how you've both been slacking off on your training.
Guess there's no fooling you, is there, Master Roshi?
It would seem you've both forgotten that training is a daily activity, not something you do only on special occasions. You should be moving, learning, playing, eating, and resting every day. That's the way of the Turtle School.
I can't argue with you there.
Now,
More people
make
use
sure
that
you
advice
two
in fighters, there
never forget
wouldn't
your daily training.
be so many
I've got a
lower
little
ranked people or
challenge for you.
lower square colors. Not the square colors are important or anything.
Come report back to me once you've finished your training.
Yes, sir, Master Roshi. Yes, sir, Master Roshi.
Now, time to get back to my usual enjoyment.
I wonder why they decided to add the adult part of it. I mean, it makes it kind of awkward, but I don't make games, so I'm not gonna judge.
Yo!
Yes. Hey!
Voice lines are on point.
Greetings. Hey! Huh?
I mean, for this first video, I'm not going to read the dialogue, because, I mean, it's weird because they stopped doing it halfway through, but if that's something you guys would prefer to see, then I could do that. Don't expect me to do voices for the characters, though.
Ain't nobody got time for that!
You're watching the wrong Let's Play if that's what you want.
Sheesh. Greetings. Yeah. Yeah.
How old is Master Roshi by the end of Super? He's got to be nearing like 200 at least.
All right, what should I do now?
What?
For this first sub-quest, they sure send you all over this little island back and forth.
Hey!
I swear, if I finish this first Let's Play and find out my mic wasn't on, let's just say there won't be any more Let's Plays. I mean, it's on at the moment. Use that Batman detective vision.
Yo!
Yep.
I mean, I'll still be covering fighters content, but just in general, I've started a few, I guess, Let's Play games. I've never finished them, more than 3 series, so
Looks like
regardless
that
of
did
the
trick.
statistics of this one, I want to finish it all the way.
What's up?
And what better game than a Dragon Ball game to do that with?
All right. Huh? What's this? Yeah. All right.
Okay, we're gonna get through this. Go. Okay, this should be easy enough. Oof. That was a nasty combo if I do say so myself. Don't worry, I'm not being stupid, I just want to charge. I was trying to tie beams. Missed my chance again. Do it again. Oof. That's what you get for trying to style on people, I guess. You have to like know beforehand, because there's no way you're getting it off at the same time. At least in the distance that I'm at. I also heard that when equipping super attacks for this game, it's usually good to keep the same type of attacks on the assigned to the same buttons. Like always have your key blast barrage moves on X, or combo moves on circle, and beams on triangle. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do that or anything. That's just what I heard is helpful. Because I know I played some of this before and I didn't have my moves assigned to the right places, and I had to check them in the middle of battle.
So, he's got your looks, but does he have your power too? I'm betting that he's pretty strong if I had to guess. But I can't be sure since Chi-Chi won't let me train him to find out one way or the other.
Yeah, we can continue for now.
Hey, Dad?
Here comes the original Super Saiyan 3. I guess originally this is what Radditz is what Super Saiyan 3 would have looked like, since the only reason Akira Toriyama drew this Super Saiyan with gold hair is because he got tired of drawing in with the black pen over their hair. And I think that's going to be it for this episode. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.